Konnichiwa, bitches! Just playing. Hey, what up, guys? It's your boy Em, you already know. Right now, I sound a little tired, I know, but, well, there are some things that I wanted to talk about. For the first time, let me get some icebreakers over my mouth. Give me a second. I'm tired, I'm agitated, I'm annoyed, I'm frustrated, I'm angry. I have extreme ire in my blood right now. I I have such ire, man. I mean, like Thor would be afraid of me at this moment. Okay, so let me explain a couple things. I am very, very, very disappointed in the Let's Playing community and very angry at it at the same time. But I don't blame them. I don't blame them. You wanna know why? Let me explain. I'm a very calm, reserved, withdrawn kind of person when it comes to emotions. Well, several kinds of emotions. I downplay a lot of things. In my last place, I act out almost all of my emotions, except for the genuine ones from like blind runs or something. Almost all of my emotions are precisely calculated in a way that I would make it seem so believable. I am an actor at heart. Not to say I'm a liar, but I am an actor at heart. I mean, there are those things that I really did not act. Like when extreme ire comes into play, I can recall a few events. Xenoblade Chronicles. I broke some containers in my house. Uh, what was that on Castlevania Dracula's Chronicles? I broke my plates. I broke some tables. I mean, it was bad. I broke my hand too. I mean, it was bad. Those situations like that, those were real bursts of emotions. But like things like Streets of Rage, for example, my Streets of Rage Let's Play, some people found it hilarious. And although it doesn't have a lot of views, some people found it a hilarious tale of anger. And while I was getting my ass fucked in that game, I wasn't angry because I enjoyed every second of getting my ass fucked in that game. Not to sound gay or homo or nothing, but it was really part of the plan. Like I'm being straight honest here. This is real talk. At this moment, this is real admin talk. This is not no, yo, I'm to 10. This is not no, yeah, what's up, y'all, come over here. This is not none of that. This is real talk at this moment. I'm in an extremely serious mood. So I'm not trying to crack jokes. I mean, even if I'm in a serious mood, part of me always wants to crack jokes. That's why I did that. Konnichiwa, bitches. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm an entertainer at heart. I try anyway. Yeah. But crap, I lost my train of thought here. I ramble so much I don't even know what I'm saying half the time. Or it could be that I'm so agitated that I'm losing my train of thought naturally because I'm so damn angry at what's going on. Ah, there we go. Now I'm getting back on track. I'm angry. What am I angry at? Wait, think. This is not an act, by the way. I really have suffered from bad. It's hereditary. I suffer from terrible short-term sensory memory. Very, very bad case of it. Like I would forget some of the things that I'm talking about. Okay, like I for the longest time I had a speech impediment that I would say like oh like every fucking 5 seconds, and that's because the words I formulated in my head at that same moment I would forget them, and I'll be like in a state of delusion for like a minute until I freaking realize what the heck I was trying to say. Or sometimes it was so unfortunate that I did not realize what I wanted to say, and I always end up asking the other person, "Hey, what was I talking about?" It was really that bad. I had to go get clinically diagnosed for whatever the hell was wrong with me. I mean, there was nothing wrong with me. Just I had some shit fucked memory. So I mean, how did I work on it? Got some puzzles, started working on some memory things, and even now, my friends still don't believe that my memory could be so horrible. And there are times when they're in disbelief in real life. Some of my friends they think that I'm trolling, and that hurts me. It hurts me to think that someone would think that I'm lying about my memory. Things like hemophobia, like hemophobia. Sorry, my hemophobia is a real phobia. I detest the sight of blood. Detest the sight of nerves, fleshy veins, any of those things. Anything that resembles painful. I can't talk about it. My body gets weak, but I've been working on it. Okay, and I'm really getting off topic here. See what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? I hope you're starting to understand what I'm talking about here. Okay, let's get back. What was I talking about? anger at the world, anger at the LP community. Okay, right. I don't blame you guys. I don't blame any of you. Like I know people. I mean, and I want to make an official apology because recently, well, not recently technically, because 2 months ago I made the Q&A video. Okay, I made the Q&A session video, but it was not until recently that I posted the last part of the video, and that's where I insulted Chugga Conroy. Though it wasn't a big insult, I still feel guilty about it because you never know what a person goes through in their life. I pretty much said I don't respect Chugga Conroy for his style of playing. Right? I am glad and I respect that he does informative walkthrough sort of let's playing, but I still think he could use more of his talents for different things, and especially if it involves partnership. But I've discarded those thoughts after realizing many things about people. I've come to the realization that LPing is not only a business, but it's a political squabble overall. It's a huge scheme. I mean, it may not seem like that to a lot of people, especially the innocent people whose eyes have not yet been stained by such evils. But to me, who's seen the greatness of icons like NCS evolve, into what he is now, and how different he's changed. Even though he maybe makes it a facade, he plays it, he downplays it. But I mean, I'm not trying to put no one on the spot, and I'm not gonna say what his secrets are or what anyone else's secrets are. But I just want to say, like I've seen true stuff. I've seen what it is, and I'm not saying that the act of Let's Playing is evil. Just that it's become that way because of an extreme unbalance in the whole, field of Let's Playing. There's nothing at equilibrium here, and that's why I come to talk to you guys about. I need your help. That's why Water X's and I formed the X Nation. We formed it because we wanted balance in the Let's Playing community, but not just balance in LPing and to give other people shots and to become friends, but in life in general. There's no chivalry in this world anymore, and it's disheartening. It's disheartening to see no one caring. Everyone tends to their own. No one wants to be a martyr for anything, and I can understand that. But it's the reason is no one has ever acted upon these things. This is why it has evolved to such a current state, and this is why people complain about it. No one has had the balls to act. No one has had the desire to rage out against the world, against the tides, against everything. But I come to you with a message, okay? I'm telling you, there is at least one person who cares, and I do care. The fact that I'm angry here today should illustrate some things to you, should tell you how serious I am about this, how seriously I take LP, and how I consider it as a part of life, and how I think it should be treated. Okay, lately people have been making videos as to how to let's play and tutorials, guides as in what you should do when you let's play, how to start off, what your equipment should be, and all the junk that seems trivial to other people, but actually is important sometimes. Okay, for example, one of my best friends in life, Clay, which by now you should know his name is Clay, and he is the Kilo Reborn. Okay, I've had messages of people telling me, "Hey, where did Clay go? Where did Kilo go?" And I'm like, "You've got to be fucking kidding me!" Like I have him on my page. I've said it several times. He is Kilo Reborn, the man who left, the man who did the epic as hell Metal Gear Solid Let's Play and was doing Metal Gear Solid 2, the man whose account was destroyed. He is Clay Does Gaming, in case nobody knew, or Clay's Pro Plays. That was the name of his old account. He is Kilo Reborn, Clay Does Gaming. And if this was a revelation to you, then I'm glad I could help. But let me continue. He has made a video of Let's Play tutorials. The first episode being purpose is to Let's Play, and I love that he's doing that. Clay, without a doubt, is the best Let's Player to have ever walked the face of the earth. This is real stuff. This is me talking here. I mean, I have a hierarchy of Let's Players. Okay, like for me, it's really really hard to rank Clay and Water Exodus because they're both great to me. And I have people I watch like Lancer and Lily7201, and I watch Super Genius and Peak Hole. Those are only the big Let's players that I watch. And I watch my friend AOG, a lower gamer, also known as Aaron. I watch his stuff from time to time as well. I watch Lucas stuff from time to time. I watch NCS stuff. But do they impact me as much as like people like Lancer or Water Exodus or Clay? No, they do not. Okay, there are people like a Nintendo Match Dragoon. I think that's his name. There are people like Kumax. Okay, there are people like Resobaso, Shally, um, some other names off the top of my head. There are people like Frank Plays Games. Let's see, uh, Tapauya even. And even though I see Tapauya more as a vlogger and a let's player, I still respect the fact that she wants to let's play and make something out of it. So there's people also like the Scarlet Badger. Um, those people are just great. That's what I'm saying. There's no balance. There is no balance. Everyone wants to watch the bigger LPers play some Nintendo and some Square Enix and some top tier Sony titles and some Microsoft, but there's no love. Like there's no love being shared. There's only nothing but selfishness in that respect. But like I said, I don't blame a single person out of the Let's Playing community for that. I blame only the big wigs, as we would call them, because they've allowed it to elevate to this point. You know, but at the same time, they can't take all the blame because LPing is sort of it's an unprecedented thing. Let's think about it. Though we're quite familiar with it because we've done it all our lives, it's unprecedented because we have never actually done it on a professional level or on a level where we would gather a large audience. And so, you know, we're prone to mess up. There are going to be some mistakes. There's going to be some fuck ups every now and then. And that's what I'm saying. Like, look at pioneers all around the world. People who invented the plane. Uh, they're the people that invented computers, or I say people, group, person, whatever. People who invented, for example, uh, roads, or even schools, or any kind of system that works today in this world. There were mistakes in the beginning, and I feel that we've reached that point. We've reached that point. Like for example, when we talk about something like an airplane, people didn't know how it worked at first. There were many mistakes, many casualties. Like airplanes just weren't perfect to begin with. Look at airplanes now. I mean, we think they're advanced now, but it's only gonna get better if we keep improving on our little mistakes. So we've come a long way in history. But with Let's Playing, we've only just started. We're still in our diaper years. We still have not yet even begun to walk. We're still trying. We're still struggling when we're crawling. But we're not getting nowhere. Someone's guiding our hands. Actually, no. Better yet, no one is guiding our hands. We're using our own experience. Right now right now we are orphans. Okay, we're abandoned. Other orphans around us, we're the ones who had to take care of each other, and that's how Let's Playing is. That's how Let's Playing is right now. Unprecedented, unforeseen in a way, and here we are now. We need a balance. We need to help each other. We need to support each other, support one another, give each other love. Okay, and I know a lot of people don't like to care for others. They have that mentality where it's always about them. And those kind of people are usually the most despicable of them all. And then whenever they need help, they expect someone to bail them out. But that's just not how it works. Okay? We need to change these things. One way or another. I know lots of people don't know when changes like this occur, because I know there will be a change eventually. When changes like this occur, it has a chain reaction. Okay? It has a chain reaction. Look at history, for example. You know, like for example, let's put a war. If said country was in a war, like if a country was in a war and another country that was on the opposite side was in a war as well with that other country, the aforementioned country, then other people like the other people are not going to want to fight. But let's say a third nation, a third party, wanted to join in to stop it, but nobody had the balls to do it. You know, then what happens there? People clash. No lives are saved, and there's just bloodshed, just nothing but sorrow and regret. So then let's say another scenario, that same thing happens, but let's say the third party does want to help this time. By some reason, third party manages to find a way to be inspired or motivated to go out and do something. So then they're gonna help any of the nation that is not in the wrong, then other nations are gonna hear about it and they'll be like, "Whoa, I understand. Yes, I see. We had the same ideas, but we didn't want to be the first to do it." People are like that. People are cowards. They're fools and they're selfish and egocentric, but that's how they are, and they just don't realize it. But at the same time, even though they're all those negative traits, they're still caring deep at heart. They still want peace and good for others as well as themselves. And so someone will step in after the first person has made the move. So I'm gonna be that first person. I mean, I know there have been people already that tried to do this, but they haven't done it right. Like they have not addressed the issue. They might have told you how to let's play, which all their advice is great by the way. Like people like Super Genius made a killer, fantastic job as to explain how to let's play, and I agree with him for the most part. People should let's play for like community, for the love of LPing or the game, and some things that they didn't add were that it's also fun to let's play to entertain other people. Like that's personally why I LP games. I have many different reasons for LP in the game. I LP for uh, comedy, to make people laugh, entertain people. I laugh. Sorry, excuse me. I LP because I enjoy the game above all else. Uh, I I want to do it for myself as well. I LP for my own self, for my own enjoyment when I am bored and have nothing to do. But for some reason, if I have nothing to do, I have time in my hands, I will watch one of my old videos and I'll crack up. That's one of my favorite things to do. And another huge contributing factor as to why LP is to give games that do not have recognition a proper introduction to people that have never played it. For example, Star Ocean 3, Radiata Stories, Baton Kaitos, uh, The Legend of Heroes, let's see, Valkyrie Profile. Like I've done that. The Legend of Dragoon. Then there's games like Treasures of the Rudras, ActRaiser, uh, Evil Search for Eden, Evolution. How could I miss that one? Then there's like Riviera, The Promised Land. It's a great game. Romancing Saga, the Skies of Arcadia. Okay, those kind of games. Those are the games that I would love people to even remotely take a look at. And I know there are people that are familiar with it, but see, what people don't understand is that I keep going on different tangent. I know, but my Let's Play of 999, I'm very proud of it for one reason. I went to the developer's webpage, and on that site, it said that he would appreciate it to the highest extension if people could spread the word about the game, because at the time, the game was not very well known. And I really took that to heart. I really understood the developer. I felt like there was a hidden link between us. There was an invisible wire that connected us in thought, and I understood. Yes, I see it. I see why you would say that. It is a great game. It is an underrated game. People are playing the wrong games. Like they should be giving this more attention. They should not be replaying games that they've already played like 5,000 times. Try new ones. It can't hurt you. So that's why I did my 999 Let's Play. It was a great game, and I thought it was a great opportunity to let people understand what the game was about. And I mean, at the time, how much I only had like what, close to no, actually I had more than 400 subscribers when I did this, and and that's actually my secret. That's my hidden plan. That is my hidden plan. I mean, I was fine with 400 subscribers. I was happy. I was content with the people that I've become friends with. But I've gotten more. I've gotten more subscribers, more viewers, and I didn't ask for it. But at the same time, I don't regret it, and I'm grateful for that. It just came as an unexpected sort of surprise. But I fine tweaked my ideas and turned it into a very, very supportive kind of advantage. Because not only was it helpful for me as to gain more people to friend and watch my stuff, but I've also gotten it to the point that other people that have never heard of this game were appreciating the fact that somebody was uploading this game, and they got their lives were changed at least for just watching the game. They countless people have told me, "Hey, I bought the game because you're Let's Play. I thank you very much." People with messages, people were just thanking me in general, and I really didn't deserve the credit. The credit goes to the person who made the game and the person who's watching it. What am I but an LPer? What is an LPer? I'm just a person who provides video for practically millions on the internet to watch potentially. That's all I am. All I am is a vessel for a greater good, right? So that's all I'm doing. All I'm doing is putting the game up. I mean, if it weren't for the viewers or the creator themselves, my there would either be no video or the video would be suspended in thin air. It would be stuck in the middle of the internet, in the deserts of the internet, with no food or water and the vultures at night. That's what it would be like. But that is not the case. That probably will never be the case, even in alternate timelines. And so I am proud of the fact that I was able to conquer something like that and provide good material for people to watch, and at the same time provide them with a new game, a new life touching story that they can appreciate, that they can watch, they can see, play, touch, feel. You know, and I'm happy about that. And that's why my big plan is to wait until I get 3,000 subscribers. And I'm not big on subscribers, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not one of those kind of people, and I'm not a self-centered person. Even though I talk about myself a lot, I'm not a self-centered person. But my plan is to hit a fairly large amount of subscribers, and then do games that I really, really put my heart and soul into it. Not saying that I haven't put a lot of work into my recent Let's Plays or older Let's Plays, but they have not had the amount of work that I will put into the new Let's Plays. Like for example, when I get to 3,000 subs and above, hopefully, I will do Star Ocean 3. And not only will I do Star Ocean 3, I'm gonna try. No, I will do an entire 100% run of the game. I'm gonna try to go to the game twice at the minimum. Okay, one in universe mode, another one in fourth dimension mode, and full action mode. For the most part, one section will be full active mode. Okay, that one section is gonna be full active mode, and then well, at least for one playthrough at the very least. And not only that, but I will take into consideration that I've gotten those 300 battle trophies. I will do those as well. The 300 battle trophies themselves, I have only completed them 6 to 7 times, possibly 8 on different memory cards each. And because of that, I know what I'm doing with it. So it'll be a treat, I think. That's the love that the game deserves. That is love. I mean, there are only several games that I will not 100%. For example, Castlevania games. I'm not gonna 100% those. Other Metroid games. I'm not gonna 100% them. Wanna know why? Because I don't know how to, you know, and I've never known how to, and I can't be bothered to remember all those details like 100% in those games. Games, for example, like Wind Waker, I will 100% because, one, I promise to do so. Two, those games I don't think are as demanding as the Castlevania games because, that games like Wind Waker can be taken at anyone's leisure, You don't have to rush through it. You don't have to do things in a certain specified way. That's odd me saying that. It's a little contradictory considering that Castlevania games are like the most linear of them all. But I mean, it's good linear. It works. So what am I talking about? Well, anyway, now you understand my plans. Now you see what it's like. Okay. And where was I? Oh God, no, don't do this to me. Where was I? Hmm. I'm having a hard time remembering. Where was I really? Okay, relax. Let's retrace our steps. Where was I? Come on, I'm better than this. Hmm, LPing. It's got to be about LPing. Hmm, I talked about the hierarchies. Hmm. Well, I'm just gonna go back to a different time then. Let's start from this section. Okay, reasons for LPing. Now, there are reasons other people can LP. Like, for example, I like to LP for entertainment and to show off games that I believe deserve. Oh, that's what it was. I want to show off games that I believe deserve the attention. Games that aren't hoard out, like Super Mario 64 or Sunshine or Galaxy, which is why I'll never do those games. And I mean, and I wanted to do Sunshine, but now, or 64, but I'm not gonna do those games. They're permanently off of my list. And if I ever will do them at one point, it's gonna be very, very, very last. Like it's after all my plans are done and over with, those games just sicken me when I see them on everyone's channel. And Pokemon stuff like that, all those are not going to be done by me. Not no Final Fantasy, none of that. That's a promise. And the only way I will do those if I get a probably like if I stream it or something, or if, for example, someone puts a gun in my head and says, if you don't sign this blood contract with us, we will kill you. That's when I'll be forced to play the game, of course. But other than that, I'm not touching those games. And if I will, it's gonna be dead last. But I highly doubt I'm gonna end up touching those games. So I mean, but I will do games like Sonic. You know, Sonic, even though Sonic is great, there are only like several Sonics that I would ever do. Like maybe Sonic CD, Sonic Adventure 1, possibly 2. I'm not gonna 100% 2. I'll tell you what, 100% the first game. Okay, let's not get thrown off our course here. Pay attention. Okay. So Jake has mentioned that, and I am grateful to him for giving that advice. Super genius, by the way. That's what I'm talking. I'm going back way back 20 minutes ago. Super genius. I thank him for that comment. Actually, that video he made of how to let's play. I also thank Clay for his video, and he's just starting it out right now. I thank him for his video. I thank Chelsea. Oh, thank you, Chelsea X Lin, right? Chelsea X Lin, with two N's. She's another great let's player. I think she's great, but she's still starting out, and I think she has a lot of potential. But she's gonna get there. I hope. I'm gonna try the best I can to get her up there. But people like that deserve to get a chance. There's no balance. So Clay, yeah, I thank him as well because he a lot of people give Clay shit in hell when they don't know a damn thing about what goes on in his life. They don't know the pain, the torture. They don't know, and yet they treat him like he's. I just it angers me. There's no justice there. But anyway, now that you know how to let's play, because there are those people's videos and the reasons for let's playing as examples provided by them and myself, you know, I think it's time for me to talk about the balance system. There really should be a balance in what people watch. I'll give you an example. What is Nintendo Caprice currently doing at this very moment? That's right, he is doing at this very moment Skyward Sword. He's doing Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Not saying that's a bad thing, but see here what I'm talking about. See that he's doing a very popular game. It's going up in the ranks in the Zelda world, in the Zelda timeline. It's going up, and this game is huge. It's a huge game, and he's doing that game. Why is he doing that game? It could be because he wants to do it, which is usually a facade that big LPers use. I just want to do this game because I want to do it. I mean, I'm not trying to blow no one's cover. Maybe they're doing it for the money. Who knows? Maybe they really are doing it for the love of the game, or because they're just excited because they finished beating it and they want to show people, hey, you know what? Here's my story with the game. That could be a reason. But why not do another game that could, could get. I mean, if I was a big LPer like Chugga or something, I will take advantage of my millions of viewers, seemingly, and I would make freaking people learn about the games like, for example, Radiata Stories, which I believe deserves a fucking sequel. You just can't end a game that good like that. You just can't do that. You just can't. But my dumbass ideal way of thinking, warrants the fact that I will probably see uh, this game suffer more than it already has. But I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to continue, and hopefully, uh, I'm going to hope that people will be able to watch it and enjoy it as much as I have. And hopefully, they'll start sending letters, or they'll start buying copies, and then the sales will go up. I don't know. Something will happen. Maybe there's going to be an increase. The developers themselves will say, "Hey, we've gotten a huge popularity boost in these games. Maybe we should actually continue these projects." Part of me wants to think that. Part of me wants to believe that. I mean, the Radiata Stories manga was freaking good. It's one of the only mangas I've ever read, ever, and it wasn't even completed. It cuts off on one of the most important parts of the entire game, and that is unforgivable. That is truly inexcusable. I don't know for what reasons they have not continued that. I know the funding and the budgeting was not good for that game, but please, you can't end it like that. And I know it's selfish for me to say that, but I mean, everywhere I go, where I've gone, where people have played the game, I've spoken to people about this personally. They want to see this game continue. This game is legendary. It deserves to be known, but people don't know about it because of the way society works, and it's just a shame. All you see is Mario. All you see is Zelda. All you see is Pokemon. I'm tired of seeing these three icons. The Metroid and all this. I mean, Metroid is not as well known as the other ones, but it's still Nintendo, and people focus on it purely because of the fact that it's Nintendo, and because games like Super Metroid and Metroid Prime came out, and people enjoyed the hell out of it because it was Nintendo. Let's go to Final Fantasy for a prime example. Final Fantasy, the Square was doing back then. Square was doing a shitty job at living life, at making games, and they wanted to go out with a bang, call it Final Fantasy, the game. RPG that touched millions, touched the hearts of plenty. And then look at it now. I mean, Final Fantasy is successful. It's a successful business. It's no longer about story and what it used to be about before. Right now, it's about pretty graphics and girly ass looking motherfuckers and niggas with swords, even though it's a technologically advanced world. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's no long there's no respect anymore because the world has become too real, where it's too dependent on cash, cold hard industrial cash. It's too dependent on how much bucks can we make out of this game. How can we exploit the system some more before we give the fans the actual reward that they've been searching for, that they've been hungering for, that they've been patient for, that they've been suffering for? How long are we gonna keep up this charade? Well, I don't know. That's up to them. But see, that's the kind of world we live in, where things like that happen all the time in business. When we want to buy food, or we want to buy clothes, for example, they jip the shit out of you. When things like taxes and inflation come into mind, it's like that the world round over. That's life. And now it's becoming a part of Let's Playing too, and I will not have it. I'm not standing for it. I'm not standing that something that brings so much pleasure, like Let's Play, will be tainted by these evils, saying that fucking we that it's gonna be an unbalance, that the tides will shift in one direction of the scale, and it's not supposed to be like that. With good and evil, there's always supposed to be good. It's always supposed to be evil. That's the equilibrium. That's the world peace right there. There has to be a balance of good and evil. We can't just have just big LPers getting the fame and then little LPers getting fucking jack squat. All right, I'm not. All right, let's not misconstrue the fact. This is not a video about me and the amount of subs that I've gotten, or me wanting to get more shit. Because let me make this perfectly clear right now. I'm already content with what I have, and I know I'm gonna keep growing. I know I'm gonna have more than 3,000 at one point, even if it takes me 90 years to get it. Even if I'm fucking 150 years old and I'm dead and shit, and I'm over here in my grave with a damn GameCube controller in my hand. Even if that's the case, it's still gonna go up. All right, the legend will live on. I'm not doing this for myself. I'm doing this for other people, so that other people will start acting because everyone's too fucking scared and pussified. They don't want to say nothing. And it has to be a person that wants to open his yap. All right, whether it brings me lots of chaos, in the future or discord, I'll take the heat. I'm that kind of person. It's for the greater good. So, shit, man. Even I'll even go so far as to say, fucking people that deserve the views. You know what I'm saying? People that are better than the bigger Let's Players. People that really, really deserve credit. You know, I would even say, because I see in their videos are disliked, and that's fucked up. Like who could, like I don't know. And I've watched the video. There's like no insults whatsoever. They just genuinely are haters for unknown reasons. I don't know why. They're those kind of devils out there. So I want to even go so far as to say, whenever you fucking get the urge to dislike a video like that, just come to this video that I'm posting, that you're listening to right now. Come to this video and dislike this. Whenever you get the urge, you sons of bitches, whoever you are, to go to a good and prime sacred video where people pour their hearts and soul, and then you want to fucking dislike that shit, you come the fuck over here and you dislike this one. Dislike as many times as you want, okay? Because I'm not. It's so stupid to see something like that. It is so dumb. But okay, I think I've ranted enough about that. Now, as I promised in one of my tweets, I was gonna talk about this dream I had involving Patrick, uh, aka Pico, Quintuple Force. So anyway, okay, now that I've finished ranting about this thing, I mean, I still so much more that I can say and that other people can learn from, but I'm gonna see how this works out. You know, one of the greater things, actually, a wise man said this once. You know, if you want to be a good storyteller, you always gotta make them come back for more. So leave them at the edge of their seats, make them want more, let them come back, and then you have more in your repertoire of language, linguistics, colloquialism, anything that you want to name it. You have more of it, and you can provide more. So now, well, now that I've left that at a standstill for now, trying to bait some reactions, maybe see if people see me as the martyr of this or as the villain, perhaps, uh, which I wouldn't mind because I say bring it on, world. But anyway, let me talk about this dream. All right, I'm gonna make it really, really simple, really, really short. Even though I didn't write down all the details. I mean, I've been busy lately, but I didn't write down all the details. There's just too many factors in life that I have to consider at this moment. I did write down the most important ones, okay? Because if not, I would forget it. Okay, so from this moment on, I don't think I put any pictures on this video yet, but if I didn't, I will put some now. All right. So anyway, speaking of videos, uh, mhm. Well, let me close this folder because it's not here. The folder is okay. Here we go, and here's the other one. So this dream, let us call it the era of conquest.